Today, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Sunshiny day here in the desert Southwest, and the temperature comfortable enough that they said, hey, let's open the roof. That's what they've done here at State Farm Stadium, just west of downtown Phoenix. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led him to victory. He's doing all the right things.
A good start offensively, 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Well, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again, Murray. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Murray trying again after the pick six. Throw left side complete. It's Drake. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's third down.
Third and 9.
From the gun, Murray going deep for Hopkins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
Intercepted by the Packers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now the man from U10, this is Aaron Jones. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Those shoulders went from parallel to square, and then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of that a week ago when he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award. The former Maryland Terp, Jermaine Carter Jr. had the tackle.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
This is caught, and that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. And he is the NFC rating Offensive Player of the Week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Murray going to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. This one caught by Isabella. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Shotgun now from Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. He's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. I give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And his pass, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Throwing again, Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rob Gronkowski, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals draw. Bit closer. And a pause in the action because the booth.
The kicker on for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code on that one, didn't he? Deciding to go for it right there.
Oh, yeah, your side of the field, this stage of the game, you're supposed to punt the football. He said, who cares? I'm going to light the book on fire.
Yeah, analytics, everyone else, be warned, he's coming for you.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there and a 1st down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10". For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
12 yards there and a 1st down. To the ground with Jones. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. It'll be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
You can do better than this. I'm going to switch teams.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And they run the option on 2nd down. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Running from the shotgun with Dre. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he'll go underneath here to Drake. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. It will give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
22-yard line.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that they don't start to slow him down. It's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
It's all good.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Packers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. And that'll set them back 5. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Makes the score Packers 20, Cardinals 10.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They're the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be... looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 20.
Murray a give. This is Drake. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 1st down, Drake. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now, Murray. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than me.
No doubt about it.
And you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
25 yards that time.
That's another Cardinals.
Operating from the gun, Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Drake. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing again, Murray. It's complete. He's got Gronk. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Again, they'll throw with Murray. This will be caught just inside the 10. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Here's Murray. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit now. A one-score game at 20-13. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now the Packers get set to go. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempted.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with...
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
So here are the Packers now to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20. But over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
A gain of 15.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. This is Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Packers add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a Green Bay score.
What are you doing?
No way, you're kidding me.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired, and if nothing else, they just feel relieved.
He's got a man, complete, and all the way down to the 35. A huge play there for Arizona, and even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. From the gun, Murray. He's going to go up top again. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Murray again. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it up. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
Intercepted. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one good for 37 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Operating from the gun, Murray. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. From the gun, Murray. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Over the middle, complete. It's Drake. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
There certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
The score, Packers 27, Cardinals 16.
So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
Taken in at the 3. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. And all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. They get the touchdown, then on the kickoff, they get another touchdown, picking up the fumble, taking it to the house in just a matter of moments. 2 quick scores, Charles.
Every time we start to neglect special teams and big plays that occur off of them, something like this happens that reminds us we've got ourselves a game now.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is revoked.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it with Jones. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
The 36-yard line.
Now Rodgers. And it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
1st and 10. At their own 12.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Murray. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, and he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism. On this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Murray. He's going to air one out and unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Jones. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
And the Packer 1st down.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, it's Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Jones. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
6 yards to go.
The Packers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Dancing to his left. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
From the gun, Murray. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. Past the 20. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Running, it's Drake. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This is a tough situation offensively because down 3 scores, the field goal kicker's not even going to come into play here. As an offensive play caller, though, you know you have to take chances. This is a time to get creative.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Murray. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Garyon Conley. And now nothing into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The football going back over to Arizona now. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw. Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Murray going deep for Hopkins. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
And 10 yards to go.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A Cardinal 1st down, Murray to Hopkins.
This game was decided a while ago on that completion there. This guy artificially inflated his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Murray to air it out again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 29. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Jason Myers.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? And he said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Shotgun now from Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
game is certainly pretty well over. They go and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Murray gets this one to Isabella, and he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Murray. Forced, and time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never play their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. That ball complete to Isabella. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
From the gun, Murray. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Preston Smith. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Jair Alexander. That time able to knock that one away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
They give to Dillon out of the gun. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Again, it's Dillon. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the Arizona offense about set to take over. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Taken from just outside the 30. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. So good field position for the Packers as they come up first and 10 at their own 44. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. They run once more with Dillon. And a big play there on second down, but we do have a flag on the field. This is in the area where it might be coming back.
Hey, we gonna do what we do.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, Halford. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Murray now to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Kenyon Drake, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Murray, one final try. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. The partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Point. And that will cut this lead down to 25. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown.
23.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.